We will start in just 5 minutes. Let everyone join. Then we will start with this new topic. Okay. So let's slowly we will start. First, we will go with the stuff that we have discussed on the last lecture. Okay. In the last lecture, mostly we have discussed about the transmission media. Okay. We have started with the discussion of what do you mean by transmission media, why it is required, and then we have classified our transmission media into the two way. Okay. So first type of the transmission media is wire. Second is a wireless. So in the wire transmission media, we have coaxial cable, twisted pair cable, and optical fiber cable are there. While we can say in a wireless media, we are having a technology like mobile communication, satellite communication, okay, Wi-Fi, Zigbee, Bluetooth. This all come under the wireless media. So we have discussed about that. What are the characteristic of twisted pair cable, coaxial cable, optical fiber cable? What are the basic principle of the optical fiber communication, total internet reflection, Snell's law? So some of the topic that we have discussed related to the transmission media, as well as we have discussed about what are the different type of connectors are associated with that, what is their loss profile. Like अगर आप उसका frequency बढ़ाते जा रहे हो, if you increase the frequency of your transmission, how much loss is going to occur? And we have come to the conclusion like that in the optical fiber communication, with respect to the frequency, the loss is going to be minimum. Like in some of the frequency like 170 to 200 terahertz, or we can say if you use an infrared light for our optical fiber communication, so there are just a 0.2 dB power is going to loss per kilometer, and it is very low. Okay, like in twisted pair and coaxial cable, loss will be 10 dB, 20 dB, 100 dB. Okay, but we can say in a optical fiber, loss is 0.2 dB. So it's very low loss system is there. And that's why the optical fiber communication is very much famous for the high speed communication, and especially from country to country or from city to city or from tower to tower, optical fiber is now a mandatory for every communication. There are lots of government initiatives are there. Some of my friends are working on such industry project. What the Indian government and especially government of Gujarat are doing, like every village of this Gujarat, every village of the Gujarat must be on the fiber highway. They are having a thought. If you have heard a speech of Narendra Modi, So you can get the such word like there are a fiber highway is there. So city कहाँ पे बसेंगे? Like if you see the future development, so development कहाँ पे होगा? जहाँ से ये fiber highway निकलता होगा. Now what do you mean by fiber highway? You consider like that there is a Rajkot city. From the Rajkot city, they have targeted to connect all the villages through the fiber optic cable. Okay, and if it is possible to connect with all the villages or nearby region, taluka, jilla, district, whatever it is, with the fiber optic cable, so we can establish a high speed data communication facility for that end place. So if data communication is faster, services become faster, people will get also the facility faster, which is related to the internet communication, government scheme, or we can say government related transaction and all that. So that's the future perspective. Like every city must be connected with the fiber. So there are like if you have seen some of the project, like whenever you go to some small highway, national highway, or I can say some city highway, at the time on the left hand side or right hand side, they are digging something and there are some cables are there. You can see like that. This is not a pipe cable. It's not for the water. It is for the fiber optic cable. You have also seen there are some triangular, I can say, mark are there, and in which it is mentioned as there are Geo, Reliance, idea. So that's nothing but it is a pole of those fiber optic cable. Like from this place, fiber optic cable is going to pass, and Geo under that Reliance, they are doing this in a massive manner. Okay, so that's the future of the communication through the fiber optic cable. Okay, and why it is so much famous? Because of this reason. Okay, so this is the summary of the previous lecture that we have discussed. One thing that I'm going to announce over you that from now onwards, from today onwards, uh, there is no lab of DCN for TC1 student. Okay, so in TC1 batch, we have already reached up to the 10 experiment. Okay, and those student has not reached up to the 10, they have might be reached up to 8. 7 और 8 तक सबका हो गया है, 2 एक्सपेरिमेंट बाकी, एक लैब में बाकी है, बाकी सब में 10 एक्सपेरिमेंट तक हो गए. Now it is remaining 2 experiments, so don't worry, we will upload the video of those 2 lab. You just read those, see those video and complete the remaining task. Now why? Because the TC2 and TC3 don't have the lab till date. So now onwards, what we are going to do, whatever the lab duration of your TC1, in that duration, you need to complete your Canvas task. Okay, at the end, it should be not a question like that, sir, we don't have time to complete the DCN task. You are having the free time of your lab to complete the DCN task, so complete your DCN task on those free slots. For the laboratory of TC2 and TC3, the timetable is by the Paras sir and other class coordinator is shared with you. You can see your Telegram group. There are a timetable is there. That timetable is related on Friday and Saturday. So that lab slot is marked with that red color. So आप सब लोग वो timetable देखिए, उसमें आपका lab का schedule है. And on that particular time, you need to appear for the lab. I will share the link with you. कि आपको कौन सी link से join होना है. And for the TC2 and TC3, as their lab is going to start it, and you all are the mature, so don't worry about the submission deadline. Okay, now there are a flexibility we need to give for all of the students. So for the TC2 and TC3, the deadline for all the laboratory up to the semester end. Okay, so don't worry about that. We need to focus on the laboratory outcome, like what we are learning through this laboratory. That is a sort of point we need to develop. Submission, you can do it. And what if we want to perform the practical circuit offline lab? Okay, so if you want to perform those experiments as an offline lab, so on a Saturday, you need to come at a MA109. Those who want to perform the experiment offline, they need to come at MA109 during your slot allocation. जब भी आपका टाइम टेबल में स्लॉट है आपकी बैच का, आपको सैटरडे आना है MA109 में, या फ्राइडे भी MA109 में आपको आना है. वहां पे हमारे पास वो किट है, मैं वो किट में आपको डेमोन्स्ट्रेट करूंगा. यू नीड टू परफॉर्म इन दैट. इज इट ओके? सो दोज हु वांट टू परफॉर्म, दे नीड टू कम इनटू द MA109. अगर TC1 वालों को भी एक मुझे परफॉर्म करना है, सो जो भी TC2 TC3 वालों का टाइम है, उसी टाइम पे आप सैटरडे आप चलिए, मंडे टू फ्राइडे आपका बाकी रहे, मंडे टू फ्राइडे आपका शेड्यूल है, TC2 TC3 के साथ क्लैश हो रहा है, लेकिन सैटरडे को तो आप फ्री हो। सो सैटरडे TC2 और TC3 का जब DCN का लैब होगा, आप उस टाइम MA109 में आ जाइए. We will do the laboratory experiment with that. Okay, so it is open for all those who want to perform that. They need to come to MA109. ठीक है, लेकिन आप आओ तो मुझे इन्फॉर्म करना कि सर मैं आ रहा हूँ आज ये प्रैक्टिकल. सो अकॉर्डिंग टू दैट आई विल, और व्हाट वी कैन डू, लाइक whatever the location is given during the Saturday, you need to first reach to that location. कि अगर लैब 6 बोला है तो आप लैब 6 में आ जाइए, वहां पे देखेंगे भाई 15 10 12 लोग जितने भी लोग हैं ऑनलाइन ऑफलाइन. सो वी विल मेक देम ऑल, अरेंज देम एंड गो टू द MA. तो वहां से लैब 6 में से हम MA109 में चले जाएंगे. Is it okay? So likewise we will perform the stuff, so don't worry about that stuff. But as a time we have near about 1 month of time, so we need to finish all the activity. Okay, unit test 1 आपका एक वीक के अंदर होगा. So start preparing for the unit test 1. All the study guideline, type of paper, mode of examination, and all type of the instruction we will send you through Canvas, through your mail and everywhere. And it is compulsory to all of you, for diploma to degree and regular student, both of you need to give, because for the diploma to degree already there are recorded lectures is available on the website, on the YouTube channel. So start watching those lectures. Open book होगा. Unit test 1 is going to open book, and we are targeting to consider as an online also, online open book exam. But we will give you the all the detailed stuff. हम सब instruction आपको मिलेगा जो भी चीज है, but there are open book exam is there. Okay, so soon in 1 or 2 days you will get a guideline what you need to prepare, exam date, on which day you need to appear for it, and it's so if it is online mode, so anytime we can do that. It's not an issue. Okay, so these are the overall stuff that you need to follow from today onwards. Okay, any doubt in this one? Any doubt in this one? Any question? Please ask me. चलिए ठीक. Let we will start with the today's topic. The topic of this lecture that we need to discuss, which is related to the switched network. Okay, which is related to the switched network. Now, what do you mean by switched network? Meaning of the switched network will be like you are having a multiple devices are connected as per the different geographical location. You have seen the topology like star, mesh topology, as well as you have know the idea of LAN, WAN and MAN, local area network, wide area network, metropolitan. So how this LAN, WAN and MAN type of the infrastructure possible? It is possible if you are connecting the multiple router, bridges, switches, which will connect the device and which will establish the connection between one point to another point. You take an example of our university. Let's say from here in entire institute, let's say there are 1200 computers are there. So we can say in this 1200 computer, it is already a one local area network connection is there. Okay, and through that local area network connection, you can communicate from one PC to another PC. Okay, and that all PC are connected through the central server room. Now, whenever the external entity will look for the Marwar University, it is not looking for all the 1200 computers. What it is look? It is look for the master server IP. Like what is a master server is connected to Marwar University. Okay, and through that, the rest of the world is getting communicated. Okay, so you can consider like that. There are several such type of the small institutes are there which are having 100 PC, 200 PC, 10 PC, 1200 PC. So there are a different type of the locations we have A, B, C, D, and they all are connected with some of the devices. Okay, and whenever we can say these devices are going to be connected, it is provided by some of the service provider. Let's say the Marwar University is taking a lease line of the internet from the Isan Infotech. Now, Isan Infotech is a customer of Jio fiber optic service provider. So, in case like Jio will provide service to Isan, Isan is provide a service to Marwar University. Okay. Now, Jio is going to connect it with some of the particular switching system. Like ऐसा हम कह रहे हैं कि like Jio is spreading their optical fiber cable in every major city of the India. So you can say Jio is having their own network to provide the service. Is it like that? Then it is possible. So every local customer, or we can say local subscriber, will take a lease line from Geo. Then that customer is provide that lease line to the different organization. But master system communication is a Geo we have. Like this is just an example. Now, whenever we were looking at the point of we can say Geo infrastructure. So whenever we can say how the Geo infrastructure is spread out towards the entire Gujarat, so we can say like that there are some connection are there which is related at Rajkot. Some of the connection they have given to the Ahmedabad, some of to the Vadodara. So we can say there are a different intermediate, I can say locations are there. From that, the city is going to take their services. Okay. So whenever some data is going to be generated from that particular center, like right now Rajkot, that one of the packet want to communicate from Rajkot to Vadodara. Now, how this Rajkot to Vadodara, that packet is going to transform, that is going to transform with some specific type of the algorithm. Okay. And that algorithm is going to be considered as a routing information that is available within the system, or we can say there are a specific type of the switching system or switching mechanism you are applying. Okay. If you remember the old days, yes, Amisha, are you speaking something? Sorry. Yes, Amisha. Yes. Somebody speaking? Any question? Okay. So if you remember the old days, अगर आपको किसी को phone करना होता है, like if you want to do the telephone, I can say in a 1950 or 1947 जब हम आजाद हुए, like at that time if you have very rich people having the telephone system with their place, तो अगर आपको फोन करना होता तो अगर आपके दादाजी ने या किसी ने सब, तो पहले क्या करना, आपको फोन करके एक्सचेंज वालों को बोलना पड़ता है, like I want to communicate with this particular person, kindly dial call for me. अगर आपने वो मूवी देखी अक्षय कुमार की, वो नहीं जहाज में होता है, that's one murder investigation, अदालत में होता है, is Rustam. If you have seen that Rustam, there are some telephone conversation is there. So if you want to do the telephone, you need to go to such particular person and says, kindly dial the number for me. तो वो बंदा उसको डायल करेगा, then it will say like that, go to the number one पे जाके receiver उठाइए और बात कीजिए. So what this process will be there, when you give the number, it will do the such type of the switching, it will do the such type of the connection from that, let's say Kolkata to Delhi. तो वो पर्सन पर्सनली आपके लिए मैसेज भेजेगा कि दिस पर्सन वांट टू कम्युनिकेट फ्रॉम कलकत्ता टू दिल्ली. सो इसके बीच का जो भी कम्युनिकेशन का चैनल है वो लिंक करिए आप. तो वो कॉल कोलकाता से यहाँ फर्स्ट प्लेस, सेकंड प्लेस, थर्ड प्लेस, एंड वंस द लिंक एस्टैब्लिश, देन इट विल गिव द रिसीवर की जाइए अभी एक कनेक्शन एस्टैब्लिश हो गया है, अभी आप बात कर सकते हो. सो द प्रोसेस ऑफ making this connection from one place to another place to transfer this data, it's called as a switching. ओके, लाइक आप कोई पैकेट भेज रहे हो, बट वो पैकेट कहां पे पहुंचना चाहता है, अकॉर्डिंग टू दैट पाथ, which type of the switching or which type of the connection I supposed to apply so that this packet reach from one place to another place. You guys got my point? What we need to do actually, switching, it means nothing but we need to create a connection from one place to the another place, either virtually or I can say physically, so the packet transfer from one place to the another place. That's the overall whole and sole purpose of the switching we have. So there are the three type of the switch network we have: circuit switch network, packet switch network, and message switch network. Now, what is a circuit switch network? This is as a first example as I have told you. Whenever you can say, whenever you pick up the any telephone or from the BSNL आप बहुत सारों के घर में होगा, या फिर अगर आप जानते हो, whenever you want to pick up the headset, जैसे ही आप headset pick up करते हो, initially you are, if the line is on, you will get some tone like that, and then you dial some number, it's tone. Then after a few times, your call is getting ringing. Okay, like ये बंदा. Now, what is going to be happen in this duration when you pick up your headset, dial the number, after a few seconds your call is getting connected. During that time, what it will do, whatever the number you have dialed, जैसे आप नंबर डायल करते हो 9823 like that, So at every number you are dialing, you are dialing number 9, so it will connect with one of the switching component which is related to number 9. Then you write the number 2, so 9 2 3 4, likewise it is do the connection, and whatever the last digit are there which is associated with one particular person, वो उसको जाके connect करेगा कि they will make one particular permanent link between you and the person that you have called to. आपने जिसको कॉल किया है और आपके बीच में परमानेंट लिंक बनाएगा, परमानेंट लिंक। पर जब तक आप बात कर रहे हो अप टू द पॉइंट व्हेन यू आर स्पीकिंग और टॉकिंग, that permanent line is as it is, nobody can use that. Okay, it is fixed and dedicated for you. That type of the system is called as a circuit switch network. Okay, so जिसके लिए आपको परमानेंट कनेक्शन चाहिए, okay, और जब तक आपका कम्युनिकेशन खत्म नहीं होता, until and unless your communication is not teared down, you must allocate that resources to that particular conversation. That type of the communication known as a circuit switch network. What is packet switch network? It is either datagram or virtual circuit. Packet switch network will be like flooding the packets, and this is mostly the packet switch network is used for the internet connection. If you know the name of torrent, have you used torrent anywhere? Torrent use किया है सबने? Torrent? Yes or no? Yes. So if you have seen the torrent, you are having some of the word name is the seeders and leechers. Seeders and leechers. Who is the seeder? Seeders are there who are uploading the data. Who is the leechers? Who are downloading the data. And once that file is going to completely download it to your system, now you become a seeders. And then you upload from your system and give it to the other. Likewise, the torrent is going to work. So what is the task of the torrent? Like whatever one file is there, let's say one person is start we can say uploading one particular file, movie or any particular image or any game, one particular person is start uploading this stuff. तो वो क्या करेगा? Whatever the connection associated with that particular person to the nearby, they will first download all the data. Now you are not having only one download location, you are having a 10 download location, and from different 10 download location you are again getting this data to another 100. So how it is going to be propagate? Like it is not propagate with the permanent link. It is not like that, like between me and Raj there are a permanent link is there and we only can communicate. No, it is a flooded of the packet. मेरे पास कुछ data है, I have generated the packet and I will just put it into the internet. Okay, from their source and destination, traffic and all type of the characteristic of entire network, it is reached to the destination automatically. You don't require to set any permanent connection between source and destination. आपको ऐसी जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी कि लाइक आप ये पैकेट यहाँ से यूएस भेज रहे हो तो उसके बीच का एक डेडिकेटेड लाइन मेरे मैसेज के लिए ही चाहिए. नो, इट विल बी नॉट लाइक दैट. It is flooded through the various routers, various system, and ultimately it is reached at the destination. You do not need required to set a one permanent connection in this type of the service. While message based, I can say message switch network, it is a combination of both. To establish the initial connection, it is used a circuit switch. While after the data transfer, it is used the packet. So it's a mixture of both circuit switch and packet switch. We will see the everything one by one. What is a circuit switch network? It consists of set of switches connected by the physical links. A connection between two stations is dedicated paths made of one or more links. However, each connection uses only a one dedicated channel on each link. Each link is normally divided by the multiplexing technique of FDM or TDM. Best example for the circuit switch network is a telephone as well as your mobile phone. आप सोचिए कि आप कोई जगह पे कोई टावर है, उसका कैपेसिटी 200 सब्सक्राइबर का है, there are 200 subscribers are there. Let's say there are some festival are there and due to that festival 200 customer are live for the communication. सब लोग phone dial कर रहे हैं. Now whenever 201 person will came, what is going to be happening? It will say like that network is busy और या फिर आपका कॉल ड्रॉप हो जाएगा. बोल रहे हो ना बहुत ट्रैफिक है, कॉल ड्रॉप हो रहा है. Now why it is going to be happen? because that particular system only having a such type of the circuit switch link limited to 200. So जैसे ही 200 and one person will came, either it will says that network is busy और आपका कॉल ऑटोमेटिकली ड्रॉप हो जाएगा अगर आपके पास कितना भी पावरफुल और टावर है कितना भी सिग्नल स्ट्रेंथ है whatever it is, but your signal is going to be dropped. Okay, so that's the example. Why? Because जब तक आपका communication खत्म नहीं होता voice communication, तब तक जो भी लिंक आपको दिख रही है whatever the link is given to you for your telephone conversation, it is with you only and you are paying for that. But for in the internet, it will be not like the case. It will just like you need to fragment the packet depend on the speed you have subscribed. आपने 2G किया है इसने 4G किया है 4.5G है 3G है according to the speed packet is going to transfer into the internet and it is reached to the destination. Okay, so that's the difference between circuit switch and packet switch. Now circuit switch network is made up of set of switches connected by the physical link in which each link is divided into the n channels. It will be like this one. Okay, so one link is there and having a n channel, it is having a multiplex type of the picture. So whatever this green box you are doing or green box that you are observing, this triangular shape, it is nothing but the multiplexer. Okay, so all the link is getting multiplex and it is look like a single link between one place to another place. So this is the permanent or we can say a trivial circuit switch network. Let's say if A want to communicate with M, so there are a one path from this link, one path from this link, as well as one path from this link is permanently given to those conversation. तो continuously उसी के लिए वहां पे dedicated किया जाएगा. So communication is always going to between A, then IV, then 3 and M. ये connection यहीं से होगा every time. Like जब तक पूरा communication खत्म नहीं होता दूसरी कहीं जगह पे पैकेट नहीं जाएंगे. It is fixed with this link dedicated. In circuit switching, the resources are need to be reserved. आपको जो भी resources यहाँ पे आप allocate कर रहे हो, it must be reserved until and unless your communication is not going to be completed. So resources need to be reserved during the setup phase. The resource remain dedicated for the entire duration of data transfer until tear down phase. Meaning of that, जब तक आपका communication खत्म नहीं होता, तब तक वो link उसी के पास रहेगी. This is just an example of such type of the circuit switch network. Let's consider करिए आपके पास 4 telephone line है 1 2 3 4 and each required the 0 to 4 kilohertz type of the band. Now two line is going to multiplex into the 8 kilohertz, another two line is multiplex with another 8 kilohertz. Now if one person want to communicate from 1 to 5, उसको क्या करना पड़ेगा? Whatever the data is there, they need to just go with that respective switching system. उसको वो multiplexer के साथ connect करना होगा and whatever the 0 to 8 kilohertz link is there, out of that 4 kilohertz का band वो टेलीफोन कन्वर्सेशन को allocate किया जाएगा and at the end it is again going to receive at the 5. So it is going to be happen like that. There are a number of customer वो ऐसे ही होता है like आप सर्किट स्विचिंग में ऐसा होता है कि लाइक सर्किट स्विचिंग में 2000 कस्टमर है. सो हर एक कस्टमर के लिए दे विल आइडेंटिफाई लाइक अंडर द पीक लोड कि आप 10 या 11 या 12 बजे आप ऐसा सोच सकते हो कि 20,000 कस्टमर में से 17,000 कस्टमर एक साथ बात करेंगे. दैट्स द पीक टाइम. सो मैक्सिमम एक साथ 17,000 लोग बात कर सके. ओके, तो कितनी बैंडविड्थ चाहिए? अकॉर्डिंग टू दैट दे विल स्प्रेड द केबल कि 17,000 कॉल डेडिकेटेड करने के लिए आपको इतने एमबीपीएस का लाइन चाहिए, इतने एमबीपीएस का केबल चाहिए. यू रिक्वायर दैट मच ऑफ केबीपीएस केबल, they will spread it between that source and destination. Okay, and in the remaining time, if you have seen such type, if you have experienced such type of things, after the 9 o'clock your data, your calling is going to be free. 9 बजे के बाद वो कॉल फ्री देता है, 9 बजे के बाद वो डेटा अभी वोडाफोन दे रहा है ना. After the 9 o'clock, after the 12 to 6, you are having a free to access. क्योंकि 12 से 6 के बीच में कौन ज्यादा इंटरनेट एक्सेस करेगा इंडिया में? कॉलेज के बच्चे करेंगे या जो भी नई नई शादी हुई है, they will do the video calling. पूरा जो ऑफिस में पूरा दिन काम करता है, शादीशुदा लोग हैं, बच्चे वाले लोग, शाम को 12 से 6 में कुछ नहीं, वो आराम करेगा. So we can say the traffic is decreasing 90%. तो बाकी 10% लोगों को जगह नहीं देंगे, हम क्या सीन करोगे? ₹600 का रिचार्ज करवाइए, 12 से लेके 6 बजे तक मुफ्त में इंटरनेट एक्सेस करिए। तो जो भी ऐसे टेक्नोक्रेट में मुझे शाम को एक कंप्यूटर में दिमाग हो तो वो रात में बैठेगा, दिन में सोएगा। So their load is going to balance and revenue can be generated. So this all stuff are coming from such technical stuff कि भाई वो 11-12 बजे ऐसी स्कीम नहीं देगा दोपहर में कि दोपहर में अनलिमिटेड को नहीं, उसमें तो आपको 2 GB मिलेगा, क्योंकि हमारा सर्वर भी डेटा तो हैंडल करना चाहिए ना। 10 से 12 के बीच में आपको 500 GB का ट्रैफिक रहता है, शाम को 10 GB का ही रहता है। तो 10 GB को 50 GB करो तो यूजर बढ़ेंगे ना। सो इट विल लुक लाइक दिस वन एंड अकॉर्डिंग टू दैट लाइक कितनी बैंडविड्थ है, कितने लोग यूज कर सकते हैं, तो उस टाइम पे ये स्कीम रखो। और जो जिस टाइम लोग यूज नहीं कर रहे लेकिन टावर तो वैसे ही पड़े हुए हैं, तो उसी भी टाइम पे लोगों को जगाओ, फेसबुक एक्सेस करवाओ, नेटफ्लिक्स दो, या फिर वो डिज्नी हॉटस्टार दो, तो वो शाम को भी रात को जाके सोफे पे बैठ के शाम सुबह तक देखे। तो वो लोगों को भी इंस्पायर करो, भाई तुम ₹600 पे कर, शाम को बैठ के हॉटस्टार देखना, हम ये भी सर्विस प्रोवाइड कर रहे हैं। तो हमारा अल्टीमेटली कंजप्शन बढ़ेगा, so revenue also getting generated. So this is all come from this ground level technicality. तो क्यों ऐसा हो रहा है? Due to this reason. Okay? I think it is relevant to like relate कर सकते हो क्यों ऐसा चाहिए, क्यों भाई शाम को 9 बजे, बिकॉज उस टाइम ट्रैफिक ही नहीं होगा, ट्रैफिक नहीं है, कॉल ड्रॉप नहीं, शांति से बात करो, ठीक है, इट्स हैपनिंग। The circuit switch network, there are also kind of the ring type of the stuff, or we can say in-house connection are also there. ऐसा भी हो सकता है कि लाइक आप जो भी टेलीफोन लाइन यूज कर रहे हो, इट इज नॉट डायरेक्टली डेडिकेटेड फॉर वन टू मेनी। लाइक राजकोट से अहमदाबाद कॉल करने के लिए हमको स्विचिंग डिवाइस चाहिए। लाइक इफ यू वांट टू कम्युनिकेट फ्रॉम वन सिटी टू अनदर सिटी, वन प्लेस टू अनदर प्लेस, you require the dedicated line connection for that. But it is also possible like that na, like that same person communicate inside of their region। राजकोट से राजकोट भी कॉल हो सकते हैं ना, राजकोट से आउटसाइड भी कॉल हो सकते हैं, एंड विद दैट city to city call, city to outside call, if you know the BSNL and all the stuff, they will give you the scheme। लोकल कॉल के लिए 0.2 पैसा पर मिनट, रोमिंग कॉल के लिए ₹1 पर मिनट। Have you seen such type of the rate card? पता है आपको कि लोकल कॉल करने के लिए आपको ₹1 लगेगा। अगर आप यहाँ से अहमदाबाद कॉल करते हो, यहाँ से मुंबई कॉल करते हो, तो आपको ₹3 पर कॉल लगेगा। अगर आप यहाँ से इंटरनेशनल कॉल करते हो, ₹15 पर मिनट लगेगा। Why this rate is higher? Because whatever the infrastructure is there that you have set it in your city, it is not required that much of other power। उसके लिए आपको जो सिटी टू सिटी के बीच में जो लिंक है उसमें ट्रैफिक नहीं जनरेट होगा, वो लोकली सब कॉल निपट जाएंगे। सो फॉर दैट वी आर हैविंग अ लेस चार्ज। बट इफ यू वांट टू कम्युनिकेट फ्रॉम हियर टू यूएस, तो वो बंदे पहले बीएसएनएल को यहाँ से यूएस के लिए पहले कुछ लिंक तो रिजर्व करना पड़ेगा ना, और वो कॉस्टली होता है। तो वो जिसको पैसा दे रहे हो वो वसूल करने के लिए आपके पास कस्टमर के पास पैसा कलेक्ट करेगा ना, दैट्स व्हाई दैट कॉल रेट इज हायर। So this is from all this scenario, like whether there are in a circuit switch network, there are a, I can say, dedicated link for their own also। So if the circuit switch network are there, it is give you the some of the link can communicate to the rest of the area, or it can communicate on your own कि भाई ये पीसी इसको मैसेज भेजना चाहता है, that is also possible। And this PC want to communicate with this one, they will go with this T1 line multiplexing and all the circuit switch system। So both way is possible। Okay, what are the stuff is there related to the circuit switching? There are basically 3 phases there: connect, data transfer, and disconnect, or I can say the tear down। So what is in the connection? It will send the message like I want to communicate, A want to communicate with B, so A will send that packet to first switch, it will give it to the second switch, and then it is reached to the B। Then B will say that okay, I'm free, I'm not having any particular task right now, you can send me। So it will send the acknowledge to the A, then it will start the data transfer। Until and unless data transfer is there, the dedicated link is provided between both of you, and then the transmission over, this is says that okay, now data is going to end it, you can just tear down and allocate this channel to the someone else। Okay, so these are the stuff, or these are the 3 stages there in a circuit switch network: connect, data transfer, and disconnect। Okay, Now switching at the physical layer in the traditional telephone network uses a circuit switch approach. जैसे मैंने बोला telephone line, mobile, they are using a dedicated circuit switch approach. Next is a datagram network. What is a datagram network? In a datagram network, data communication, what are the stuff we have? We need to send the message from one end of the system to another. If the message is going to pass through the packet switch network, it needs to be divided into the packet of fixed or variable size. The size of the packet is determined by the network and governing. मीनिंग ऑफ दैट, अगर आपको 5 GB का या 1 GB का बड़ा फाइल भेजना है यहाँ से यूएस तक, okay, so if such type of the requirement is there and it is not I can say momentarily connection. अगर आप टेलीफोन कर रहे हो तो टेलीफोन में आप 10 घंटा बात नहीं करोगे, because you know you are having some limitation of money, time and all the stuff. बट आप डाउनलोड तो रख सकते हो ना कि ये फाइल इतनी देर में डाउनलोड हो जाएगा, आपको उसके बीच बीच में वो फाइल खोल के देखना नहीं पड़ेगा. लाइक आई हैव पुट द डाउनलोड, इट इज टेक अ टाइम अकॉर्डिंग टू द इंटरनेट आई हैव सब्सक्राइब. अगर मैंने 50 MBPS का प्लान लिया है तो पता चलेगा कि लाइक 2 MBPS 3 MBPS data that I can get. If I have subscribed for 150 MBPS, so we can say there are 20 or 30 Mbps high speed, but you know your limitation, like which subscriber line I have purchased, how much money I have paid. According to that, it will take time. So if such type of the system that you want to transfer a data, not a telephone, not a call में आपको instant चाहिए कि मैं hello बोलूं, वो सामने hello बोलना चाहिए. मैं उसको yes, hi, how are you, so उसका भी सामने आंसर आना चाहिए. If it is not a case like that, there are a continuous communication you required. It is in terms of transferring a file or data. Okay, this is just an initial assumption to understand the datagram network. Okay, so what's going to be happen? Whatever the big size of the file, it is divided into the packet. Okay, like 1000 MB of the data divided into the 1 MB data. And it is also going to be changed 1 MB, 2 MB, 5 MB according to the traffic or network availability. ऐसा सोचिए कि आपके घर में 4 मोबाइल है, सबके सब वाईफाई राउटर से कनेक्टेड है, सब लोग यूट्यूब में वीडियो देख रहे हैं, ठीक है. सो दैट डेटा कम्युनिकेशन इज गोइंग टू बी इन टर्म्स ऑफ द पैकेट. अभी ऐसा होगा कि आपकी कोई सिस्टर है, मम्मी है, पापा है, वो बोलेंगे नहीं मुझे अभी नहीं इंटरनेट देखना है. सो व्हाटएवर द लिंक इज देयर, व्हाटएवर द साइज ऑफ दैट पैकेज इज देयर, नाउ इट इज इंक्रीज फॉर यू. क्यों? क्योंकि 10 MBPS में 2.5 MBPS आपके पापा, 2.5 MBPS आपकी मम्मी, 2.5 MBPS आपकी सिस्टर, and rest of the 2.5 MBPS you are using. Now 2% is going to terminate that connection. तो अभी आप दोनों के पास 5 MBPS रहेगा ना. So obviously whatever the packet size is that you are receiving at rate of 2.5 MBPS or at the 5 MBPS, it's going to differ. आपको फटाफट पैकेट मिले. So speed of arrival packet is differ, or we can say according to the message you are transmitting, the size of that packet is also going to differ. अगर मेरे पास ट्रैफिक नहीं है, डेडिकेटेड लिंक है, तो मैं बड़ा पैकेट भेजूंगा. अगर ये नहीं ट्रैफिक है, so I will remit my packet, short packet, but and keep doing the transmissions. That type of the process is going to be happen in a datagram network, or I can say in a packet switch network. So in packet switch network, there are no resource reservation. Resources are allocated on demand. Okay, there are no permanent connection are required. Like right now, आपने router रख दिए, यहाँ पे connection हो गए. जब भी आपको use करना है, आप उसको use करिए. And it is having some spike time. ये कितने देर तक use होगा, बाद में फिर से वो original condition में चला जाएगा. Whenever you accessing some of the result or some of the I can say services from any university website, ये GTU में होता था बहुत बार. जैसे ही result आया ना GTU का या इंजीनियरिंग वालों का रिजल्ट आया है, तो 50,000 बंदे एक साथ सर्वर पे टूट पड़ते थे. रिजल्ट विद इन 5 to 10 मिनट सर्वर गोइंग टू क्रैश. बाद में वो सर्वर बंद, और वो भी गवर्नमेंट शाखा, तो क्या करेगा गवर्नमेंट वाला, मेरे को क्या है बच्चों का रिजल्ट मिले. तो अगर 5 बजे रिजल्ट, वो क्या करते थे, ऑफिस में जाते थे, ओके रिजल्ट डिक्लेयर करना है, स्विच दबा के घर पे चले जाते. अभी 5 बजे बंदा बैठा है भगवान का पूजा करके, मेरा रिजल्ट क्या आएगा, लेकिन इसका तो घर पे चल रहा है बच्चों के साथ. ओके, मेमी पोको पैड्स, एवरीथिंग दैट्स ओके, चूचू टीवी, एवरीथिंग इज इट्स वर्किंग विद दैट किड्स. यहाँ पे सब 50,000 बंदे परेशान, अरे यार तू 5 बजे स्विच बंद करके चला गया, अब ये रिजल्ट कैसे देखेंगे, क्योंकि जैसे रिजल्ट पता चला सब लोग ट्रैफिक जनरेट कर दिया, सिस्टम विल बी क्रैश। बंदा दूसरे दिन आता था, फिर से वो स्विच ऑन करता था और कुछ मैनेजमेंट करके सबको रिजल्ट मिला। ये अभी भी हो रहा है, पता है एक साथ। लेकिन वो क्या करेंगे भाई, ये कितने दिन तक रहेगा ट्रैफिक, 2 दिन 3 दिन, सबको रिजल्ट मिल जाएगा, आत्मा को शांति हो जाएगी, सब थॉट्स निकल जाएंगे, नया नया सब लोग आगे बढ़ जाएंगे, वापस ट्रैफिक नहीं चाहिए। तो वो उतना ही लिमिटेड सर्वर, वो ऐसा नहीं कि 2 दिन के लिए इतना ट्रैफिक चाहिए तो पूरे साल के लिए इतना पैसा खर्च नहीं, लोग भुगत लेंगे, 2 दिन तक एडजस्ट कर लेंगे, मैं क्यों इतना पैसा बर्बाद करूं। दैट्स आल्सो द थॉट प्रोसेस। सो व्हाई इट इज हैपेंड, बिकॉज इट इज ऑन डिमांड। इसका कैपेसिटी इतना है, you can allocate to the channel, but sometime suddenly that capacity change, server will be down. But it is work on such type of the packet, I can say packet based switching. It's not a permanent connection, it is a packet switch. Whenever you require, you use the devices or use those services, and then you just get it out from there. So it's on resource on demand. It will be work like this one. Let's say you are having a 4 packet, it is not passed through the any permanent connection. Every packet can transmit with any random number, like 1 or 3 packet यहाँ पे चला जाएगा, 4 packet यहाँ पे जाएगा, 2 यहाँ पे, then it is combined over here, 1 4 3. So it will be like that, whatever the packet sequence you have set and whatever the thing you have received, it might be different. 1 4 3 2, fourth packet पहले पहुंच गया, तीसरा पहले पहुंच गया, दूसरा लास्ट में पहुंच रहा है. And this is the reason why whenever you start downloading the file, आप बीच में से उसको ओपन नहीं कर सकते. क्यों? Because of this reason, that whatever the packet transmitted by that server, they have fragmented it and it is passing through the different location from the different router. And when it is complete file is going to receive, then they will manage the packet 1 2 3 4. They will do the again sequencing, and then you can access. So such type of, in some of the case where the video on demand, आप YouTube और इसमें देख सकते हो, इसमें आप फाइल ओपन करके वो देख सकते हो. क्यों? क्योंकि वो वीडियो ऑन डिमांड है, वो भी पहले आपको बफर करेगा ना, पहले एक इतने सेकंड का बफर, वो पैकेट आपका YouTube अरेंज करेगा, एंड देन दे विल शो सम ऑफ द सेकंड ऑफ द मूवी, देन अगेन सम पैकेट विल कम, पुट इट इन योर बफर. सो आइदर वीडियो ऑन डिमांड और द एंटायर फाइल, व्हिच टाइप ऑफ द डेटा ट्रांसफर यू हैव, अकॉर्डिंग टू दैट सर्विस गोइंग टू एक्सेस इट. समझ में आ रहा है सबको या नींद आ रही है? It is related to all the practical, that क्यों नहीं हो रहा है फाइल पे डाउनलोड. अगर if you are using that internet download manager, so if you observe that there are some of the 4 different ones are like part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, and when all the part is going to combine, then one file is going to generate it. So that part is nothing but different streams of data, like 250 MB इधर आएगा, 250 दूसरे में, तीसरे में, and combine it is make a 1 GB, and then you can see that file. और ऐसा होता था कि like 1 GB का फाइल है, 999 1023 पर घूमता है, सुबह से रख दिया था शाम को, and suddenly whenever 1023 came, your internet is gone. like 1 GB का पैक लिया था, 500 MB का मूवी डाउनलोड करने के लिए रखा, 300-400 MB होने के बाद 100 MB बाकी था, डेटा पैक इज ओवर. और बाद में वो फिर से रीडाउनलोड करना है, वो रिज्यूम नहीं होता. अगर आपने इंटरनेट एक्सप्लोरर या फिर कोई फायरफॉक्स में कर रहे हो, तो रीड पॉज करके आप ओरिजिनल लोकेशन से नहीं जा सकते, आपको पहले से चालू करना. एंड एट दैट टाइम इट इज द मोस्ट फ्रस्ट्रेटेड, लाइक सुबह से ये मूवी ट्राई कर रहा हो, 700 MB हो गया, 5 MB बाकी. अभी टेलीग्राम में होता होगा, मूवी कर रहे हो तो वो चक्कर घूमता रहता है, थोड़ा सा बाकी है, वीडियो इज रिमूव्ड एज अ कॉपीराइट इनफ्रैगमेंटेड इश्यू. लो खाता होगा, 2 सेकंड के लिए रह गया होता ना, तो मैं सेव टू डाउनलोड अपनी लाइब्रेरी को कर लेता और पूरा मूवी, लेकिन बेल बटन चला गया. लो अभी दूसरा लिंक ढूंढो, कहां से बेल, और उसके लिए फिर से नया डाउनलोड चालू. इट हैपेंड, इट इज हैपेंड. सो फॉर दैट बेटर वन, यू नीड टू गो टू थिएटर एंड सी द मूवी. अगर आपको परमानेंट मोबाइल में स्टोर नहीं करना है, इट्स अगेंस्ट द पायरेसी, सो डोंट डू दैट. ऐसा नहीं कि सर सिखा रहे हैं पायरेसी. So these are the stuff related to the datagram. And how it will get the idea that at every router, at every intermediate devices, there are a datagram network is going to be there. Now what is a datagram network and the routing table will do? routing table having the all the information. Like right now that I am I am at place of one router. Let's say at a one router, it is having all the information of related to the connection with them. Like it is know the idea. Like from this router, there are a 5 connection are situated. So with respect to that 5 connection, what are their destination address? Like वो link कहाँ पे destination address में जाती है? And what is the output port I need to decide? So आप पता कर सको. It is like a sorting center. What is going to happen in the post office? Post office you can consider as a routing table over here. What is going to be happen at post office? All the post will come. Then it is going to be sorting out. कि राजकोट के लिए पैकेट है तो यहाँ पे रखिए, अहमदाबाद के लिए है तो यहाँ पे रखिए, गांधीनगर के लिए तो यहाँ. So likewise you are having a sorting station. The same thing is going to be happen in airport also. Okay, आप बहुत सारे कस्टमर आ रहे हैं, वो फ्लाइट में बैठने के लिए टेबल पे तो वो बैग चली जाती है, लेकिन वो एग्जैक्ट वही प्लेन पे कब पहुंचती है, डिपेंड ऑन दैट बारकोड दे हैव मेंशन. So with respect to that, in packet also there are a destination addresses there. And according to that destination address, your router will get idea. Like if this destination address is there, so where in which port I need to send this message. क्योंकि वो राउटर के पास एक तो पैकेट आ नहीं रहे. Like from the multiple, I can say devices, multiple packets are coming. So it will do this sorting. Like यहाँ से पैकेट है तो इस पर भेजिए, इस पर भेजिए, इस पर भेजिए. Likewise, that sorting is going to be done from this routing header. Okay. So related with all the practical, like पूरा DCN, ये post office, mail transfer इसी पे काम करता है. If you relate such practical example, you directly get the idea. तो क्या होता है routing table? Okay. A switch in a datagram network uses a routing table that based on a destination address. कौन सा address कहाँ पे associate है? According to that, there are a outer port is assigned to them. Destination address in a header of packet in a datagram network remains the same during the entire journey of packet. Like आपको कोई पैकेट यहाँ से यूएस भेजना है, तो destination address तो same रखना पड़ेगा ना? यूएस भेजना है तो आप तो भेज नहीं सकते हो. So destination address must be same. आप क्या चेंज कर सकते हो? इंटरमीडिएट होप एड्रेस आप चेंज कर सकते हो. तो सोचिए कि आप राजकोट से यूएस के लिए पैकेट भेज रहे हो, तो आपने तो भेजा, अच्छा सस्ता पड़े तो इंडिया पोस्ट में आप जाके पैकेट देंगे भाई जिसको यूएस भेजे, तो वो बोलेंगे 25 दिन लगे, कोई बात नहीं, मुझे कोई दिक्कत नहीं, 25 दिन के बाद. अब इंडिया पोस्ट वाले क्या करेंगे, भाई ये यूएस पैकेट जाना है तो मैं राजकोट से इसको कहाँ पे भेजूं? इट विल सेंड इट टू द अहमदाबाद. चलो भाई, now the next destination of this packet is from Rajkot to Ahmedabad. So that source address is going to change. अभी इसका source address राजकोट है, वो next कहाँ पे जाएगा? अहमदाबाद पे. Now Ahmedabad will decide like ये US जाना है, okay. What is my next address from this packet? It will give you the address of that, let's say Mumbai. And from the Mumbai, it is seated on one particular plane and reach to some of the I can say coordinate at the US. But source is going to jump. Rajkot to Ahmedabad, Ahmedabad to Mumbai, Mumbai to US, likewise. Destination remains same. It's never going to change. The same thing is going to be happen in packet transport. Whatever the intermediate devices you are choosing, it is possible that they have the different address. आप यहाँ पे 172, 192 समथिंग आईपी पे अभी कम्युनिकेट कर रहे हो, लेकिन कोई बंदा अभी यूएस में बैठे बैठा आपका मैसेज ले रहा है, तो उसको तो वहां का राउटर का एड्रेस दिखेगा ना. So how it is going to happen? My destination is one, but whatever the jump I'm making from here to Isan Infotech, Isan to Geo to some another company to some Africa to somewhere else, so that source address change, destination address remain. Source address going to change, destination address remain constant. It is going to be happening datagram network like this one. Whatever the one packet is there, it is reached from A to one particular router. Then it will take time to receiving it from one place to another place. Then again, it is take time from second place to another place. And as it is not a dedicated link, so you must need to wait according to the traffic and environment available in the intermediate network. So it is going to be happen like whatever the time is taken from A taking to D, that time is considered as a delay time. And what is the delay time? It's a summation of what is the transmission time, what is the waiting time, what is the waiting time, summation of all of them. It says that It is a delay. That's why it will say like that one packet you are transforming from here to there. Okay, what is the delay between them? If you see some of the routing command, there are trace route, trace RT are there, there are some ping are there. It will give you the duration. Like from here to next router, it will take 0.29 microsecond. Then from next, it is take 0.3 microsecond. Then again, it's take 1.2 microsecond. So according to that, microsecond is nothing but your delay to reach from one router to another router, and that delay is considered as a waiting time here between one to other. Yes, so we have just only a 5 minute. We will keep it up to this one. This is the last sentence I am just writing over here. Switching in the internet is done by using a datagram approach. So whatever the internet connection you are using, it is only and only due to the datagram network. And packet switching is going done at the network layer. So कौन सा पैकेट कहाँ पे भेजना है, उसका डेस्टिनेशन एड्रेस, सब चीजें कहाँ पे मैनेज होती है, नेटवर्क लेयर पे. आपके साथ लेयर है ना, उसमें से नेटवर्क लेयर पे ये पैकेट स्विचिंग का सब राउटिंग टेबल वो वहां पे मैनेज. So this is the last thing we have. We have 5 minutes of time. If you have any question, doubt, you can ask me. Otherwise, you can write your enrollment number and name, and you can left from the. Any doubt, you can ask me. We have 5 minutes of time. તમે આમાં કનેક્ટેડ છો બધા? ચાલો નંબર બોલો ને. TC આખો નંબર બોલ ને. 9200 9230 3068 then 68 then લખીને 6 માં ને TC2 માં ને. ચલો આખો નંબર બોલો. 923009 9200 30 92 10 85. Your number 9110 103069. Yes, everyone, quickly write your enrollment number, and then you can go. I need to end this lecture. Quickly write your enrollment number, and then you can left from this lecture. Everyone, join with the second lecture. Dixit, Dharmi, Jai, Nikhil. Write your enrollment number quickly. I need to end this lecture. Please. फटाफट लखो चलो